What is going on? Get Fit for Summer 4-Day Challenge. What's up? Hope we're doing well. Hope we're doing magnificent. It is day 2 of the 4-Day Challenge. I'm so excited. Day 1 was lots of value. This live masterclass is going to be even better. If you're watching right now, I really appreciate you. If you're watching on the replay, hashtag replay to start. All right, I'm going to take this link. I'm going to put it into the apps that we have where we're live, where we're doing some live training. And if you're showing up, let me know that you're here. All right, say I'm here in the comments. Okay, been having a whirlwind of technical difficulties. I have been honestly scared, but so far, thank God, it's been going all right. We're doing good. Let me know if I start lagging or you can't hear me or anything like that. I'm praying that this is all going to be okay. I'm seeing some people tuning in. We got 6 people coming on in. What is up? Let me know that you're here. Say I'm here in the comments. All right, let me just take this link. We're going to put it in there. Brian is here. What is going on? Hope you're doing awesome, Brian. Let me see who's in the actual challenge. All right, let me see who's in the actual challenge. Kelly, Matt, Lisbeth, let's go. What's going on? Kelly, Matt, Lisbeth, tell me some wins. Share some wins that you're having today. Let me know. Or this week. Let me know what is going on. If you are not in the Get Fit for Summer challenge in the Facebook group, let me know. Comment and I will share the group. All right, let me actually put it in this link as well. Actually, I'm going to try to find the people that are everywhere else. I'm going to try to bring you who else is watching. Everyone get in the 4-Day Challenge Facebook group, Get Fit for Summer Facebook group. All right, so let me take this link. I'm going to put it into our DC Fit app. I appreciate everybody so much for tuning in. It means a lot. And let me know some wins as we get some people tuning on in. All right. Let me get this going. Drop some wins. Drop some wins. I'm seeing some wins. Douglas is here. Let's go. I love it. I love it. What is going on? I'm going to take this link. I'm going to say tune in. If you're in the 4-Day Challenge and you have access to the DC Fit apps, this happens with my clients, but I'll send the link and it turns out Chinese. The text turns out Chinese. I don't know why it translates to Chinese, but it's really weird. I'm sorry about that. But I think we're getting some people tuning in. Let me hop on my phone, make sure I'm seeing everybody. If you are watching anywhere else but the Get Fit for Summer 4-Day Challenge group, I will not see your comments. All right, so make sure you get your butt in the group. It should be in the comments. All right, so I'm seeing some comments. Matt says staying focused. I love that, Matt. Awesome work. Douglas says he's here. Let's go, Douglas. Drop a win that you're having today or this week. Kelly, got my workout in. I'm still not eating enough of better food. However, I'm not eating any junk at all. Awesome. I love that, Kelly. What you can do is honestly in our 4-Day Challenge Facebook group, you can just post a healthy picture of a meal and we could give you feedback, or just post like what you're eating and we could give you honest feedback. All right, us and the assistant coaches and everyone that's participating in the group. All right, Lisa, what is going on? I hope you're doing awesome. Let's go. I am excited. All right, yesterday's live masterclass went pretty long. It went like an hour. I'm not sure. This one should be a little bit shorter, but I'm definitely going to make sure I'm delivering as much value as I possibly can. All right, so usually it takes a little bit longer if there's like questions and stuff, which is completely fine, but I want everybody tuning in the whole time. If you're watching on the replay, stay tuned. This is going to be very good, very insightful, very valuable. It's going to help you out. If you're not in the 4-Day Challenge yet, I have no idea what you're doing. I have no idea what your excuses are. I don't know why you're not in the 4-Day Challenge, but the link is in the comments. Join our group. I'll send you more information. Let's go, because I'm only going to look at your comments if you're in the 4-Day Challenge. Meaning I can only see the 4-Day Challenge Facebook group. If you're commenting somewhere else on my public feed right now, I'll comment later, but during this training, I'm only going to see the Facebook group if you're in the 4-Day Challenge. That's it. Youssef is here. What is going on, Youssef? Brian is here. Let's go. Brian, Youssef, Lisa, I want some wins. Douglas, Lisbeth. All right, Kelly, I want some wins. Actually, Kelly, you dropped your win. You dropped your win. Matt, you dropped your win. Kelly, you dropped your win. I want some wins. Brian, my win would be new record water consumption, 192 ounces and climbing. Let's go, Brian. Super happy for you. Water is everything. I know Matt actually got his gallon jug. Matt, let me know if that got in the mail yet. It came in the mail yet, but it's everything. So Brian, I'm super excited that you're getting your water in. Super, super important because it just, there's so many benefits. Like our body is minimum 60% water, right? So just giving our body what it actually needs, what it's actually made of, is going to help us lose that fat, build that muscle, make sure we're feeling good, hydrated, have more energy, and we're putting good fuel into our system instead of soda, sugary drinks that our body really doesn't want. So Brian, super proud of you. Let's go. Let's go, B. Awesome. Awesome. Let's drop some wins. My win, I'm going to put it in, I'm going to say killer leg workout today. Killer leg workout, because I did crush my leg workout. It was challenging, and I felt good. It was a big win today. All right, so let's get into this. I'm excited. Drop some wins as you're tuning in, whether you're watching right now or on the replay. And I want to get into how do you eat what you want while getting toned up. But as you know, if you're in the 4-day challenge, you know this, I'm going to be giving back. Friday, I'm giving 3 lucky winners $115 each. All right, if you want a better chance to win, all you got to do right now is screenshot on your phone this live masterclass right now, or if you're watching on your computer. I know a client, Susan, she sometimes watches it on her TV. All right, screenshot it, take a picture, post it on your Instagram or Facebook story after this live masterclass. All you got to do is tag me, add Danny Cavallero on Instagram, add Danny Cavallero on Facebook, and all you got to say is Get Fit for Summer Challenge, and that is literally it. If you do that, you'll have a much better chance to win the $115 given away Friday. All right, 3 winners. I'm really excited. So let's get into it. All right, how to eat what you want while getting toned up. All right, and this is just, it's extremely important. This is going to be a live masterclass that is very important, because if you don't know how to lose weight and tone up while incorporating some of your favorite foods, it's much more likely that you're going to fail on your health goals. That's just, it's the truth. It's unfortunate, but it's the truth. If you are restrictive, if you're cutting out meals that are enjoyable to you, you're not going to last long. You'll do well for a couple weeks, maybe a couple months, but then you'll have birthdays come around. Then you'll have Christmas come around. Then you'll have vacations. Then you have summer parties, and you have some chips, you have some pizza, you have some dessert, and in your mind, you're like, oh no, I'm cheating. I'm cheating myself. I'm cheating the plan. I'm cheating the process. And when you feel like you're cheating, you get discouraged and you lose motivation. And you think, well, I just ruined all my progress. Like, I can't keep doing this. I can't keep up with this program. I can't keep up with my health. And the truth is, you can't keep up. It's just you have a poor relationship with food, and you're not sure how to really balance your busy lifestyle around, a sustainable diet plan. But that's what we really have to talk about with this live training. That's exactly why we have a live masterclass right now, where I'm going to teach you how to actually enjoy the foods that you want while toning up your body. All right, this is very, very important. If you can enjoy your favorite foods while getting slim, while toning up, you're going to be much more likely to enjoy the process and stick with the process. A lot of individuals don't pursue their health and fitness goals because they look at it as a chore, something that they have to do instead of get to do. But if you can correct your diet and actually make this a sustainable approach in terms of nutrition, you're gonna fall in love with the process. It's not gonna be a chore anymore. That rhymed right there. Did you catch that? That rhymed. Anyway, you're going to start to feel more comfortable in your skin if you really implement what I'm going to talk about today. You're going to start to feel confident, making sure you feel good come summertime, and you're going to have an actionable plan with your nutrition that doesn't involve any restrictions. All right, does that make sense? Before I really dive deeper into this, I want to talk about a client, Matt, really quick. I actually talked about Matt today on my Instagram and Facebook, how a coworker mentioned how he lost body fat. He talked about that. And I remember talking to Matt, and he talked to me. He told me how his in-person trainer before working with me had him at 50 grams of carbs per day, which he told me was like one bagel. And the rest were carbs and fats. And he just had way too many restrictions on his plan. And sure, the restrictions helped him lose weight in the beginning, just like yourself. Maybe you yourself, you're watching and you cut bread before, you cut carbs, you cut alcohol, you cut sugar, and you lost some weight, but then you put it back on. And that's exactly what Matt did during the pandemic. He lost his healthy habits. He had a very sedentary job, and he gained those 15 pounds that he once lost, but he was way too restrictive the first time. All right, he was way too restrictive. And during the pandemic, he looked at himself. He couldn't even look at himself, and he hated what he saw in the mirror. And he honestly texted me. He felt disgusted. That was the word he used. He felt disgusted himself. And that's really what we had to fix. So when Matt joined our program, what we focused on, that's what we're going to talk about today, is our relationship with food. That's what we had to fix. That's what we're going to really talk about today, is our relationship with food. I had to ingrain into his mind that carbs were actually good. I had to tell him that there's no such thing as cheat days. I had to tell him that he could actually have foods that he wanted on my plan. And Matt was able to torch stubborn body fat, put on some lean muscle on his chest and his arms, and he's actually eating more of the foods he likes and enjoys. And that's exactly what we're going to teach you right now. That's exactly what we're going to teach you right now. So please pay attention. Now, before I get into some new tactics, right, to teach you how to really enjoy your favorite foods while toning up, I want to quickly recap yesterday's live masterclass, because if you're in the 4-day challenge, you didn't make it yesterday, that's unfortunate, but this is very important. All right, yesterday we talked about how to enjoy summer parties while burning body fat, and those lessons, those tactics that we talked about yesterday, the same things apply to this training today. The same things apply, all right? The same things apply. Does this make sense so far? Let me go over some comments. Elizabeth went on a nice walk with my pups after I got home from work. Elizabeth, I love that. Dino, my win is I got my workout in early, and it's Taco Tuesday. I love it. Post those tacos in the group, in our 4-day challenge group after Dino. I love it. Awesome, awesome, awesome. So, all right, let's recap yesterday. If you want to eat what you want while toning up, I want you to follow these 3 laws that we talked about yesterday. This is so important. 1, preparing your body. All right, getting in more steps beforehand, right? More exercise before you're going out, before you eat whatever you want to compensate for those calories is so important. All right, cutting some carbs prior to a night out, very important. All right, make sure that we kind of just note that. All right, preparing your body. The second thing is not self-sabotaging. All right, if you have your favorite foods and drinks, it's important to not get down on yourself. All right, it's important to not get down on yourself. It's part of the process. All right, that's the second thing we talked about yesterday. The third thing was enjoying yourself. All right, you have to enjoy your diet. You have to enjoy your healthy lifestyle. It has to be a fun, sustainable fat loss plan, not something that you dread waking up to every single day. So that's what we talked about yesterday, preparing your body, not self-sabotaging, enjoying yourself, and that has to do with today as well. When you think about eating what you want while really toning up your body, I want you to think of those 3 methods. All right, however, there are 2 aspects, really 3. I'm going to really take a deep dive into 2, but I'm going to talk about 3 important aspects that we need to focus on that we didn't talk about yesterday when it comes to eating what you want while toning up. All right, eating what you want while toning up. Who's ready? Who's ready? Get your thumbs ready. I need some comments right now. Everybody get ready. This is the first rule that we have to focus on. You probably know what it is. If you're in the 4-day challenge, you might know if you went through all the details to start the challenge thoroughly. And if you're a client, you definitely know, but it's the 80-20 rule. I want everybody in the comments right now, if you're in the 4-day challenge, in the group watching, everybody write down the 80-20 rule. I'm going to write this with you. 80-20 rule. Everybody write this down, please. The 80-20 rule. Everybody write it down. 80-20 rule. Kelly says, makes sense. I love it. Nestor, what is going on, man? Hope you're doing well. Hope you're having an amazing day, Nestor. Let's go. Hope you're doing awesome. Yusef says, ready. Brian says, I'm ready. I love it. Everybody write down 80-20 rule. Matt, thank you. Yusef, thank you. I appreciate you. My voice is actually getting a lot better. Yesterday, I was scared. The people in the challenge know I did like another live training after the masterclass just to tell them our app actually like was down for a couple of hours and I had no voice. I was scared. And everyone in the challenge was giving me remedies. So I appreciate you. I tried the honey. Everyone's some people were telling me like tequila, bourbon. I didn't want to go down that road. All right, it was too late. But thank you for all the remedies. My voice is good. But back to the value, back to the meat and potatoes. Everybody write down 80-20 rule. All right, everybody write this down. Matt, Youssef, Lisbeth, thank you. Nestor, thank you. Brian, Kelly, Douglas, yes, I appreciate it. 80-20 rule. Now, bonus points if you know what the rule means. I'm gonna leave 30 to 60 seconds. Everybody in the challenge, let me know what this means. All right, what does the 80-20 rule mean? If you're a client, you got to know this. This is one of our fundamental laws since we do macronutrient coaching. All right, what does the 80-20 rule mean? Drop it in the comments. I'm going to go over it, but what does it mean? I just want to know. Let's test ourselves. If you don't know what it is, completely fine. But I want to know if you know what this means. The 80-20 rule. I'm going to leave it open for a second. Matt says 80 nutrition, 20% working out. That is a great guess, Matt. That is a great guess. It is not 80% nutrition, 20% working out. That's actually a really good guess. Honestly, that can arguably be a fair point though, Matt. It like your progress, your weight loss progress, losing body fat, putting on some lean muscle is really 80% nutrition, 20% working out. But that's not what I mean right here. That's a great guess though, Matt. Awesome guess. Brian says 80% of calories come from whole foods and the other 20 is for the enjoyment. Yes, Brian Canfield, thank you very much. 110%. Youssef says 80% whole foods, 20% processed. Youssef, yes. Matt, great freaking guess. I love that. I love that philosophy as well. 80% nutrition, 20% working out. But what I mean is 80% whole foods, 20% processed foods. If that makes sense, if you kind of know what that means so far, just write makes sense in the comments. Write makes sense as I'm going over this. This means 80% whole foods, 20% processed. Whole foods is going to consist of your lean meats, your vegetables, your fruits, potatoes, quinoa, beans, right? I like to simplify it as whole foods, like not the actual grocery store, supermarket, Whole Foods. No, like just whole foods. I like to simplify it as anything grown from the ground, anything from an animal, and seafood, really. And there's still like those are 3 categories, but those are umbrella terms. There's so many things grown from the ground that are healthy and taste good. Animals, steak, turkey bacon, turkey burgers, right? So chicken breast, chicken thighs, those are important whole foods. And then processed foods, you want to think, it's a man-made ingredient. It goes through a process. It goes through a manufacturing, building, and it's processed stuff, your sugary candies, your alcohols, your cakes, your cupcakes, right? Now, I'll admit, if you're just getting started, if you're really used to processed foods all the time, maybe for you, we start at 70-30, right? You could start at having your own rule, 70% whole foods, 30% processed food. So it gives you a little bit more flexibility. Maybe it's 65-35, right? And you start there, give yourself more flexibility, and then you work your way up to 70-30 and then eventually 80-20. But essentially, this means if you're looking back at your week, all right, it's Sunday night, you're looking back at your week, what we really want is mostly in the ratio whole foods and a little bit of processed foods. Just like Brian said, Brian has been in the program for 6 months coming on now. He knows this like the back of his hand. It's 80%, right, whole foods, healthy, good tasting foods, and 20% enjoyment, whatever you want. All right. So I hope that makes sense. And you're probably thinking at this point, you're like, all right, well, how do I really know if I'm looking back, like this equation, 80% whole foods, 20% processed, you're not going to have an exact equation, obviously, but just take notes of the things that you're eating and what does it fall under? Is it whole foods or is it processed? You'll know if it's 50-50. You'll know if it's 60-40. You'll know if it's 80-20. Are you going to be exact? No. I don't expect you to, but it's just a rule to just keep tabs on your nutrition. All right. And this is just very, very important. So how my clients really track that, we use MyFitnessPal. All right, so MyFitnessPal is synced to the DC Fit app. Everybody in the 4-day challenge, you have access to our DC Fit app. And we have our clients really synced up to MyFitnessPal. All right, I was thinking right now we don't have that for the challenge because I wanted to simplify it. We only have our macro cheat sheets. But all right, what we can do for MyFitnessPal, why we do that for clients is because we can just see, all right, this is whole foods. This is processed foods. This is going to work. This is 80% whole food week. This is a 20% whole food week. We can really, the numbers are going to help. So if you just track and you could see and you take notes on your nutrition, that's definitely going to help you. And you could see that ratio come to life. All right, because guess what? Why we do this is because you can still fulfill your macronutrients with processed foods, right? You can come into my program. We're going to give you specific protein, carb, and fat goals, but you can meet those goals with processed foods if you really wanted to. So what we do in our program, yes, we focus on macronutrient goals, and we try to fill in those goals with foods that you actually enjoy, but we really try to stay true to the 80-20 rule to keep us in check. All right, so we could actually have our favorite foods in moderation while losing weight, while toning up. Does that make sense? Drop a yes in the comments if that makes sense. All right, if you just, like I have my clients use MyFitnessPal, you don't have to go to that extent. I 100% really recommend MyFitnessPal. It's a very, very accurate because I use it for my coach and I see like I'm tracking, I'm like, damn, like I didn't realize I was eating that much fat. I didn't realize I was way under on my protein. I didn't realize I was eating that amount of calories. So if you're not tracking your food, you're probably under eating, you're probably overeating. I'm not even sure, right? So maybe just taking notes of your food and then we can touch base throughout the challenge. If you're doing okay, that's important. If you want to track on MyFitnessPal, that may help you. Just jotting down your nutrition and being like, okay, what category does this fall under? Is it whole foods? Or is it processed? Okay, well, I had, chicken. I had chicken for lunch. That's going to be whole foods. But you know what? I had some Caesar dressing. That's going to be under processed. And you kind of just play that game, see where you're at, see where you can improve. All right, and just take it step by step. All right, does that make sense? I'm getting a lot of yeses. Awesome. I love it. A lot of makes sense. Yes. Matt, Kelly, I love it. Matt says makes sense. Kelly, Yusef, Lisbeth, Nestor, Douglas, Lisa, they all say make sense. Yusef, Danny Cavallero, protein bars are healthier but considered processed foods. Yes, Yusef, 100% you are right. It is a healthier alternative, but it is a processed food. That is a great point right there. Like Quest bars, Premier Protein, all that, healthy alternatives, but it does fall under the processed food category because it's man-made. They're still throwing in different ingredients to formulate the taste and everything like that, compared to something like, lean chicken or fish where it's very fresh, whole food. There's not a lot of extra flavoring ingredients added, right? Does that make sense? So I would recommend a protein bar instead of a Twinkie bar, right? But it does still fall under the processed food. That's a great question. Yusef, does that make sense? Lynn says, howdy, Lynn, let's go. Lynn actually is a client. She won $150 today. Let's go. Let's say, let's go, Lynn, in the comments because she referred some individuals to the 4-day challenge so we could change more lives as a team. I was doing a little challenge for my clients. She won $150 today. I picked out of the hat. She won. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. She actually used it as credit to sign up again now. So, Lynn, I appreciate you so much. You're the best. Her idea. Look at that. Her idea. I love it, Lynn. You're awesome. We're going to change your life. Matt says, yeah. Kelly says, yes. Matt says, yes. Douglas says, yes. Nestor. Brian's dropping fire. Lisbeth. Yusef says, makes sense. Kelly, that was a good question. Good to know. Yes, Yusef, that was a really good question. Everybody was thinking that. Awesome. Brian says, let's go, Lynn. Yes, I love it. Elizabeth says, congrats, Lynn. Way to go. Awesome. Kelly, let's go, Lynn. I love it. I love it. I love the support. I love the support in the community. Never ends. But I'm glad this all makes sense. This is very, very, very important. That's the first thing I really wanted to focus on was the 80-20 rule, all right? And this is just key. And I think this is a start for a lot of you, right? If you don't really have, custom macronutrient goals yet for yourself, that's all right. Just, maybe just noting your breakfast, lunch, dinner, and then playing in your head like, all right, oh, this falls under processed. Maybe I have to switch something up tomorrow. This falls under Whole Foods. I could keep that. I think that's going. By the end of your week, you'll see, oh, I think, most of my week is Whole Foods. Some of my week is processed, but Danny said that's fine. That's awesome. If you stay consistent with that, then you're going to win. What usually happens, this is exactly what happens, is people have that 30%, 20% processed foods, and they're like, oh, I'm cheating. I'm self-sabotaging. I'm not doing what I'm supposed to, because you're trying to go 100% of the time. But fitness is about balance, right? So people usually fall off track, and then they're stuck doing like 50% processed foods, 50% whole foods, which isn't going to do much, right? 70, 30, 80, 20, start there. You'll get results. All right. I'm getting a lot of yeses. Lynn says, let's go. Yes. Credit for next quarter. Yes. 100%, Lynn. We're going to keep changing your life. Awesome. All right. Lynn says pasta and rice, processed. Pasta is refined. All right. White rice is a little bit more refined than brown rice. Rice can get a little bit more complicated. So white rice is actually a simple sugar. This can get a little complicated. This gets into some science, but this is how I'm going to break it down. All right, so rice, there's two types of rice, white rice, brown rice. White rice is actually a simple sugar. All right, simple sugar is best before and after workouts. So if it's before, after a workout, I'll have white rice, but it's a little bit more refined. It's actually a little bit more processed. Now I would still consider this a whole food. I would still consider everybody, if you're wondering like, oh, is he really saying rice is processed? No, it's a little bit refined, white rice. But let's put that under the whole food category. Also brown rice, less refined, whole food category. Rice is fair game. Rice is fair game. I'll say that a million times. Rice is fair game. Is white rice a little bit more refined? It is, but rice is fair game. Pasta is refined. Pasta is stripped of its nutrients. Pasta is grains, right? And it's actually stripped of its nutrients as it becomes informed, as it's sold in stores, as it's becoming, more, it's supposed to be like, I think of shelf life, right? So as pasta gets pushed on these shelves and they could stay there for months on end, think about it like this. If an ingredient is able to sit on a shelf for 4 to 6 months, it's probably not the best, right? It's probably just not. I know there's some exceptions. I know rice could sit for a long time, but a lot of produce, a lot of vegetables can't just sit around, right? So that's really a rule right there. Like think about the shelf life. The longer life it has on that shelf, if it could sit there for years, then they're going to be throwing chemicals in there that probably aren't best for your body, just so it could sit on that shelf and sell for longer periods of time, right? It's all about making money. For the food industry, you have to think. We have to outthink them. We have to be smarter than them, DC Fit Fam. We have to be smarter, all right? They try to make it taste better. They try to make it saltier and sweeter, so we buy more. We have to play by the rules of good nutrition. But does this make sense? So with pasta, it's more refined. I'm going to put that towards the process. With rice, I'm going to put that towards whole foods. Okay? Does that make sense? Does that make sense? If that makes sense and that was something that was on your mind as well, write all good in the comments. Write all good in the comments if that makes sense. I would categorize rice as whole foods. Pasta, protein pasta, I would have you put protein pasta under whole foods. Protein pasta, whole foods. There's protein pasta everywhere, every grocery store. Protein pasta, I would put that under whole foods because, yes, I'm seeing all good. Awesome. Protein pasta, whole foods, because at least you're getting some source of protein in there. At least you're getting some source of protein in there, but just like a regular pasta and meatballs, it's really stripped of all its nutrients. All right. It's honestly stripped of all its nutrients. And I'm Italian, right? I get it. Pasta, meatballs, but those are like bread. Bread is the same thing, right? These are ingredients that, yes, they are sourced from the ground. It does start from the ground, but they're put through a very specific process and all their ingredients are stripped away. So rice, I would have for Whole Foods, protein pasta, Whole Foods, because they're adding that protein in there. They're giving it more nutrients in that subject, in that ingredient. But then, all right, if we just go to like regular pasta, it's going to be more refined. That's more processed. Does that make sense? Have you guys tried the chickpea pasta? Yes, I have. So stuff like that. You'll find lentil pasta, chickpea pasta, protein pasta. That's the stuff we want to really incorporate because that's going to help you get some good nutrients in and get your protein intake up. And if you're in my program, you know we try to aim for a good amount of protein. Your custom macronutrient for protein is kind of up there because it's so important to get a good amount of protein in to sustain your muscle mass. Make sure you're not actually just craving sugary foods. Like protein actually keeps you full. And this is just so important, all right, to make sure you have the proper nutrients in your body. Protein is the most important macro. That could be a little bit biased, but protein is very, very important. They're all very important. But if I were going to have you really focus on, calories, protein, carbs, fats, calories and protein are up there. All right. So is that good? What is the best protein pasta? Honestly, there isn't a best protein pasta. I would have to look at some brands. I switch up my brands often because I like to try different things. Protein pasta is something that's pretty new to me. I just started having in the past couple of years. I switch up brands often. What's really working is Barilla. I believe it. Barilla. That's been working. I'll write it down. I believe that's the brand. Barilla. It works for me. All right. Barilla protein pasta. It works for me. I like it. You could get it in different shapes as well. This is working for me. I love protein pasta, chickpea pasta, lentil pasta. Kind of like what Lynn said, a little bit different texture, but it's very tasty. I personally love it. All right, even I add a little bit with some like sugar-free barbecue sauce, just a little. Get a little crazy, some salt as well. Very good. Let me see. I'm just reading some comments. Yes, Lynn, Douglas, I love it. Lisbeth, Kelly, Matt, all good. Youssef, what about protein pasta? We talked about this. How about protein powders, Brian? Same thing. That's actually going to be under processed. Now, some may argue that, vegan protein powder can fall under whole food ingredients, but that's still processed. All right, the fact that they're taking things, it's going through a refining process and they're turning it into powder, that makes it a type of process. Like protein bars, protein powder, it's the best processed food you could ever have. All right, I'll say that. I'm going to leave it at that. It's the best, and beef jerky, like best processed food you can have. All right, the best process, but it still is processed. Brian, does that make sense? Is that fair? It's the best processed food you can have, but it does still fall under processed foods. Is that fair? Is that all right? Nestor says all good. We talked about chickpea pasta. Lisa, thank you for bringing that up. Lynn talks about it. Best protein. Can you quickly tell me about red meat as protein? Yeah, that's a great question. So in terms of red meat, I know a lot of individuals in my program that stay away from red meat. Actually, Lynn, I believe you're trying to stay away from red meat, right? So if you want to share some ingredients for Kelly that you try to stick to, honestly, I would suggest, Kelly, quinoa, chickpeas, right? If you're just talking red meat, then you can go to chicken, turkey bacon, turkey burgers, chicken burgers. They have those now, right? Even replacing like with protein bars, protein shakes. We talked about it is processed, but those things will definitely help. All right, red meat is going to have good sources of nutrients, iron, stuff like that. It is important, but it's not necessary. All right, it's not necessary. I know people in great shape that are vegans. 100%. You don't need to be. That's the thing with diet. Like there's never a diet where it's like you have to have this. You have to have that. If that is your plan, it's going to be restrictive. You're going to fall off track. I don't want that for you. All right. I care about you. I want you to get results. Just find the best alternative for you. That's where a group, that's where accountability is going to really help you out. All right. Does that make sense? Kelly, could you give me a thumbs up in the comments if that makes sense? I hope that helped. Let me just see here. Brian says, it makes sense, boss. I got you, Brian. Lynn says, hummus. Yes, I love it. Brian says, grass-fed beef helps a lot. 100%. Brian hit it on the nail right there. I love it. Lynn says, black bean burgers. Yes, 100%. Had those before. Very, very tasty. I love it. We're all helping each other out. I don't even got to do my job. I love it. Thank you so much. All right. That was the first thing. The 80-20 rule. We're talking about whole foods. We're talking about processed foods. Let's get into the second thing that you could focus on to help you lose body fat. Well, actually, that's important, but for the topic, that's going to help you really eat what you want while losing the body fat, while toning up. And this is going to be an interesting one. I'm going to have to explain myself a little bit for this. Everybody write this down if you're watching right now or on the replay. Everybody write down fasted cardio. I'm going to write this down. Fasted cardio. I'm going to talk about this. This is a touchy topic. I'm going to talk about why. Fasted cardio. Everybody write in the comments, fasted cardio. All right, it's funny. I actually did a whole class my senior year, this year for college. I did a whole literature review on if fasted cardio is more efficient in burning body fat than fed cardio. And what fasted cardio is, it's literally just a form of cardiovascular exercise, walking, running, swimming on an empty stomach, cutting the grass, walking your dog, going on a hike, anything on an empty stomach. That's the key right there, ladies and gentlemen. All right. No food in your system, meaning you are in a fasted state for 12 or more hours, right? Even though in my research, that's what it really means, right? Even though I did not find that fasted cardio is the end all be all of fat loss, I found that it can work when you use it properly. And that's the key right there. When you use it, timing, right? So if you, this is very important. If you are planning to go on summer vacation, summer party, beach party, whatever, you know you're going to be having pizza, fries, burgers, ice cream, whatever, let's incorporate some fasted cardio in the morning. Why is this important? Why is fasted cardio important? Why can this help you? Because all food is calories. All food is calories. It's calories. So when you wake up, you're at 0 calories. You wake up for brand new day, 0 calories. So if you wake up on an empty stomach and you start to do some cardio, you're actually bringing yourself below 0, right? You're at 0. You're bringing yourself below 0. And why this is key is now you're going to have a shorter time window to eat your food because breakfast is going to be pushed back an hour. So usually you have about 16 hours to eat your meals. Now it's about 13 because we're pushing that breakfast back from around 9 to 10 a.m. or whenever, right? If you have breakfast at 7 or 8, it goes to 9 or 10. We're pushing that back a little bit. All right. So instead of having this time frame to eat, we have this. Inevitably, we're going to be eating less calories. Not only that, you can save those extra calories that you saved for the pizza, the burgers, the fries. All right, does that make sense? Let's write an all good in the comments if that makes sense. Let's write an all good in the comments if that makes sense. All right, let me see here. Kelly says fasted cardio. Nestor says fasted cardio. I love it. Kelly, Nestor, thank you. Lynn says fasted cardio, question marks. All right, does that make sense, Lynn, what I just talked about in terms of what it really means? I'm going to get more into it, though. Youssef, fasted cardio. Elizabeth, fasted cardio. Douglas, Nestor says all good. I appreciate it. Yes. Brian says makes sense. Lynn says makes sense. Youssef says so. Okay, let me explain, Youssef. Elizabeth says all good, makes sense. Kelly, all good, love it. Now I don't feel so bad for eating before I walk. I don't get hungry early. Now I don't feel bad for not eating. That's what I missed. Not eating before I walk. Yes, exactly. So I just want to address Youssef. So there's two types of cardio, really, right? We could do fasted cardio or fed cardio. What fasted cardio is really just doing cardio on an empty stomach. You wake up, you have no food in your system, you go for a walk, you go for a jog, you go on a hike, maybe you go on the elliptical, you do some incline walking, no food in your system. That is fasted cardio, all right? Fed cardio is like you have lunch, you have breakfast, you have lunch, whatever. It's 1 p.m., you have 1,000 calories in you, and you do cardio. That's it. That's fed cardio compared to fasted cardio. Does that make sense, Youssef? Just give me a thumbs up in the comments if that makes sense, Youssef. Matt says, makes sense. I love it, right? So if you wake up and you don't eat and you walk for 20 minutes, all right, you're going to be in a negative 200 calorie deficit. Think about it. You wake up, you have 0 calories in you. 0 food in you. You start walking, you're burning calories. You start consuming food, you're adding calories, right? But we're at 0. We're burning calories right in the beginning of the day. This means you'll have extra room to add on calories with your favorite foods later. I do this all the time. And we talked about yesterday, right? We talked about yesterday preparing your body. You can get steps in even if you have breakfast. Even if you have lunch, you could do fed cardio. You can get extra steps in. But not only does fasted cardio burn calories, it actually pushes back the time of your first meal, like what I talked about a couple minutes ago, right? So what I would do is do fasted cardio in the morning, wait about an hour, and then have your first meal. This is only on days like maybe a Saturday, maybe a Sunday. You know you're going to a birthday party, a graduation party, a social event. You're going out with the girls, you're going out with the guys, you're having a couple beers, whatever. Do some fasted cardio, push back your first meal, and you're going to be, not only are you going to be burning calories, you're going to be saving calories for later. Does that make sense? Right? So fasted cardio, it gives you more flexibility to have your favorite foods because it's eliminating some calories earlier in the day. All right, you can perform fasted cardio on the day of, you know where you're going to eat whatever you want, or the morning after the day you eat whatever you want, right? So for example, if you're going to a social event, you're going to be having a couple extra drinks, some pizza, fries, burgers, whatever, you could get fasted cardio in that morning or the morning after. That's what I would recommend. Honestly, I usually do it the morning of, but you can do it the morning after as well, because you have to think of like your total calories in like a week, right? And if you have like one not so great day, that's fine. You can make it up later in the week, right? So that's what I want to talk about for the second method to really help you eat what you want while toning up your body. Does that make sense? Is that all good? That's a great question, Youssef. All right, if this makes sense though, everybody drop a thumbs up in the comments if that makes sense. All right, last thing I'll say, disclaimer, I do not suggest fasted resistance training. I don't want you, like all you in the 4-day challenge, you have certain workouts, right? You have HIIT workouts, you have uppers, you have lowers. Don't do those workouts on an empty stomach. Only cardio, because it's a different energy system. If you try to do fasted resistance training, you're going to be low on energy. You're going to be feeling sluggish. You want carbs before you actually start, picking up some dumbbells, some cable machines, whatever. But if you're going on elliptical, or you're going on the treadmill, you're going on a walk, on a hike, you have flexibility to do some fasted cardio. Give me a thumbs up in the comments if this makes sense. All right, give me a thumbs up in the comments if this makes sense. Let me see here. Let me see. All good. Masses make sense. So Youssef, what about water, coffee? Amazing question. So you're in a fasted state, 50 calories and less. All right. So if you could have coffee, that's going to be 50 calories and less. That's going to be great. Only black coffee is recommended. That's 100%. You can do that. Water is definitely recommended when you do fasted cardio. I'll say that again. I missed this. Youssef, thank you. I appreciate you, brother. Water is highly recommended when you're doing fasted cardio. If you don't have any food, let's at least try to get some H2O in us, all right, for some fuel. You need to have water in your system, all right? You don't have to have food for the cardio, but water, yes, that is an amazing question, 100%. I love that, Youssef. Awesome. You can have some coffee as well. I would recommend black coffee. If you have the caramel swirl and all that, and it might go over 50 calories and you're not going to be in a fasted state anymore. So be careful with the coffee you're getting. But water, yes, 100%. I recommend water before you do fasted cardio. All right. Is that good? I love it. Yusef, say all good in the comments if that makes sense, brother. That makes sense, Yusef. You're asking some great questions. Lisa, so you guys don't work 11-hour days? I love it, Lisa. I love it. Elizabeth says thumbs up. Kelly says thumbs up. Brian, thumbs up. Nestor, Lynn. Lisa, I do kettlebell on Saturdays fasted. It has weights, but I can't eat before that because we end with HIIT. So if you can really go through that, Lisa, with full energy, I would recommend it. Maybe having like a low sugar Gatorade before. Like I would ask you, Lisa, do you sometimes feel yourself low on energy during those workouts that you go fasted? For the kettlebell and stuff, for the HIIT workouts, do you sometimes like you have 10 more minutes left and you feel like there's a difference between like pushing through and just tired. Like sometimes you have to push through a workout, give it your extra, but then sometimes you're just tired. Like for me, sometimes when I don't have enough carbohydrates and I'm lifting, I feel tired. I'm yawning, I'm looking at my phone, the music is blasting, and I'm like, and it's because I didn't have enough food in me. So Lisa, if you're good, if you could do fasted resistance training with HIIT, then you can do that. I wouldn't recommend it. I would recommend at least 50 to 75 grams of carbs before your workout. Just see what it does. 45 minutes before your workout, 50 to 75 grams of carbs, I think will help you out a lot. All right. But Lisa, you do you, right? If it's helping you out, you're getting results, you don't feel sluggish, keep crushing it. All right. Yusef says all good. Yes. Yes. I love it. Right. So we have to focus on, let's kind of recap. We have to focus on to really eat what we want while toning up this summer. We have to focus on the 80-20 rule. 80% whole foods, 20% processed, giving us that flexibility to consume what we want, actually have our favorite foods, but also stay on track. All right. Also, we could focus on fasted cardio when the time is right. All right. When the time is right, because this is going to help you push back some meals. Also, it's going to help you get in a calorie deficit right in the beginning of the day. All right. And lastly, last thing I want to touch on. Thank you so much for everybody that's still here. I appreciate you. Last thing I want to touch on, all right, is this is very important. All right. I want you to realize that food is your friend. Everybody write down, everyone, every single person watching, listening to this training, whether they're watching right now or on the replay, write in the comments, food is my friend. Write down. Food is my friend. I'm going to write this down as well. Food is my friend. Food is my friend. Write this in the comments. I'm going to circle back to my client, Matt, for a second because food was not his friend. I'm going to be honest. He gained all of his weight back because he was too restrictive and he viewed food as his foe, not his friend. Right? He was scared of carbs. He was scared of big meals. He was petrified of pizza. All right, it's okay to have those things. It's not going to make you gain fat. What makes you gain fat, what makes you gain weight is inconsistency that comes after you self-sabotage. What makes you gain weight is the inconsistency after you fall off track. Your body actually needs more food than you think. All right, does that mean loading your face, stuffing your face with McDonald's, Wendy's, Burger King? No, but you'll need more calories in your system because fat loss only happens with the right amount of nutrients. Fat loss only happens, muscle building only happens with the right amount of nutrients. You're only going to transform your body with the right amount of nutrients. You have to be consuming more. All right. If you're not giving your body the nutrients it needs for fat loss, you're not going to lose weight. But if you do really fuel yourself, you're going to lose weight and just be able to eat more while staying true to that 80-20 rule. So if you're thinking, well, what should I really be eating more of? If you're eating healthy right now, eat more of what you're already eating, right? Having, customized macronutrient calorie goals, it helps. But a rule of thumb that I like to tell some of my followers or my audience, DC Fitness Squad that watches me, eat more of the foods that you're already eating. All right, because food is your friend. You need the right amount of nutrients, and that's very, very, very important. Follow the 80-20 rule along with that, and you'll 100% get to your goals. You'll feel good. You'll feel energized. You'll be able to eat what you want this summer while toning up. Does that make sense? Everybody in the comments, drop some fire in the comments if that all made sense. That really consisted of the lesson that I wanted to teach with this live masterclass. Let me know if that made sense by dropping some fire in the comments. All right, drop some fire. Let's go. Let's go. If you're watching anywhere else right now, you got to be in this 4-day challenge with us. You got to be, wait, let me see the screen. You got to be in this 4-day challenge. All right, we're all commenting, right? We're all putting input. We're all gathered. And it is awesome. It's been a fun time, amazing time. It's only day 2. It's only day 2. Let's go. Let's go. I love it. Let me see here. Let me see. Douglas, I appreciate you. Nestor, I appreciate you. Let's go. Matt, I appreciate you. Let's go, Matt. Lisbeth, Lynn, Lisa, I appreciate all of you. Youssef, Kelly, let's go. Let's go. Drop some fire if this made sense. Now, what I want to do, I just want to take the last couple minutes of this live masterclass and leave it all to you. All the 4-day challenges, do you have any questions, concern about the training, about what we talked about what we talked about yesterday, something with your workouts, literally any question you have, I'm here to serve. Let me know. All right. Drop it in the comments. I'm going to leave it open for a little bit. I'm here. I am here to serve without a doubt. Let me know. Drop a question. Yes. I'm getting all the fire. I'm getting all the fire. I love it. I love it. Drop a question 100%. I'm here to serve. If you have a question about what we talked about, the 80-20 rule, fasted cardio, let me know. Let me know. If you are all good, write all good in the comments. If you're like, wow, this definitely helped me. I'm definitely going to implement. I'm definitely going to take action on this 100%. If you're all good, say all good in the comments so I know I changed at least one life today. All right? Let me know. Let me know. Let me know. I'm ready to serve. Write all good in the comments if you're all good. From here, we have 2 things to do. We have 2 things. Lynn says all good. I love it. Awesome. Youssef says all good. Let's go. Let's go. Brian is dropping some fire. I appreciate you. So if you have a question, definitely. Okay, so Lisa, I love it. How do you eat and not puke during the HIIT portion of class? So you want to be eating 45 minutes before, all right? You probably consume food, Lisa, maybe right before your workout, right? And that's not good. You're going to be kind of going to be burping up some food. You want to be consuming foods like 45 to 60 minutes before your workout. That way, right, you could actually consume your food and it's digesting by the time you're really actually, in the gym or doing your home workout, whatever it is for anybody listening, right? You're actually going through the digestion process instead of, you eat, you go right into the gym. It's right there in your stomach. You're going to start, it's not going to feel good, right? So try to consume your foods 45 to 60 minutes before. For you, maybe 90 minutes. If you've tried that and you're still, not feeling good during your workout, try to consume foods 90 minutes before your workout. What I would suggest for you, maybe Lisa, is a banana with yogurt. You can do 2 rice cakes, 2 caramel rice cakes, 3 tablespoons of peanut butter. That would be a good one. And an apple, something like that. I'm just kind of spitballing here, right? Does that make sense? Does that make sense, Lisa? So for you, definitely try to consume your foods like 45 minutes to 90 minutes out from your workout. It all depends on you. For me, Lisa, and everybody listening and watching, if I ate my pre-workout meal 90 minutes before my workout, I'm going to get hungry again. I'm going to get freaking hungry again. So for me, 45 minutes is the sweet spot. I'll consume my pre-workout meal 45 minutes before my workout, and it's to a point where it's digesting. I feel good. I'm not feeling sick during the workout. I feel really energized. I feel great. All right. So you have to find that happy medium. Lisa, does that make sense? Drop a thumbs up, Lisa, if that makes sense. If that's all clear and that's all good. All right. I want to make sure that's all good. Let me see. Nestor, all good. Thank you so much, Danny. Have a great rest of your night. Nestor, thank you so much. It means the world. I really appreciate you tuning in. Thank you for your time. It means a lot. Hope you have a great night as well. Awesome. Kelly, all good. You're very informative, and I appreciate you, Kelly. I appreciate you for tuning in, giving me your time, giving me your attention. It means a lot. Everybody watching and listening, it really means a lot. Brian says all good. Douglas, great one. What's your view on daily vitamins and supplements? That's a great question. I'm a firm believer that you can get multivitamins, you can get micronutrients, everything you need from good nutrition. If you think you're lacking on a certain vitamin, if you think you're lacking on a certain like micronutrient, then you could have supplements, right? So if you are like, for example, Lynn doesn't have red meat, so maybe having some supplement pills for iron, right? If you don't have fish, right, maybe you are cutting out fish, maybe having some supplement pills for omega-3s, because you're going to get omega-3s in fish, but if you're cutting out fish, you're missing that. So I would just try to get some supplements that can fulfill that role, right? So all supplements do is kind of just fill in the gaps. Does that make sense, Douglas? Right? So maybe we can have a chat about like what you're eating right now, and we could find those holes in your diet, and we can really personalize some supplements that are going to help you fill those holes. So you're really, crushing your goals, you're feeling good, feeling confident, and getting to your fitness goals. Does that make sense, Douglas? Is that good? Give me a thumbs up, Douglas, if that makes sense. It's really, you can get everything you need from foods, but it's honestly a little bit hard, right? You can't get everything in from foods, on some days, right? If you're traveling, vacation, anything like that, you're very busy, right? So having those supplements is very important. Lisa is going like this. It makes sense about what she said for the pre-workout meal. Awesome. Douglas says, yes, sir. I love it. Elizabeth, all good. Second day was very informative, and I really like the 80-20 rule, and I'll keep it in mind. Fasted cardio. Let's go. That makes my night. I love it. Douglas says thumbs up. Let's go. Let's go. I love it. I'm excited. This was very helpful, I think. I hope, right? And I'm getting some good feedback. So from here, we just have two very simple things to do. All right, I see, 8, 9 individuals. I know there's going to be individuals watching on the replay. I want everybody to post in the Get Fit for Summer Facebook group their biggest takeaway from this live masterclass. Was it the 80-20 rule? Was it fasted cardio? You have to be introduced in that a little bit. Was it actually having food as your friend? Post your biggest takeaway. All right, me and our assistant coach, Brad, will be answering back. We'll be giving you more value. We're going to make sure that you're compliant, you're getting results, and making sure that you're really committing to the progress that you're investing your time and energy into right now, right? It's taking time and energy to show up to this live masterclass, do the workouts, follow the macro sheet. All right, I want to make sure that you're getting a return, you're getting results, you're feeling good, you're feeling confident, right? 4 days is only so much, right? But in this time frame, you can really learn the tools, the tactics, everything you need to really keep going. Just make sure that you are living a sustainable lifestyle, all right? So I think that's just picking up these key nuggets is very important. I want everybody to post their biggest takeaway, and I want you to do this right after I close this live training, all right? The second thing that you can do, all right, we're giving away $115 to 3 lucky winners Friday, all right? And what you can do to have a better chance to win that cash prize, all you got to do right now is screenshot this live training, post it on your Facebook or Instagram story after this training, and just tag me at DannyCavs4 on Instagram, at DannyCavler on Facebook. All you got to say is Get Fit for Summer Challenge. Tag me. That is literally it, and you get a much better shot at winning the $150 come Friday. All right, that's literally it. That's all I got. Was this good? Was this valuable? All right, was this valuable? I am seeing Youssef, what's your take on Muscle Milk brand items? So Muscle Milk is a solid brand, and I know that Youssef, you're a client, so I put that in your DC Fit Nutrition Guide. Muscle Milk, I recommend it. Like I said, Muscle Milk, Quest, Premier Protein, Think is a good one. Think is also a good brand. It's processed. It is processed, but it's the best process you can have. It's the best processed ingredients you can have. Protein bars from Quest, Premier, Think, Muscle Milk, protein shakes from Quest, Core Power, Muscle Milk. It is processed, but it's the best alternative you can have. All right. So I give a thumbs up, Youssef, for do it again. What happened again? You got a thumbs up for me, Youssef, in terms of muscle method. Is that all good, Youssef? You got a thumbs up for me. Lynn says, do it again. Do what again? Oh, yes, the story, yes, 100%. It's for all 4 days. The ones that are most consistent, you get a better shot at winning the cash prize on Friday. All right, is staying consistent with the posting. Was everyone being with Kelly? Kelly says, was awesome being with everyone. Puppy needs to potty. See you tomorrow, Kelly. Yes, 100%. I know this is going a little longer than expected. I appreciate everybody. If you have to go, I get it, but I'm about to end the live training right here. I appreciate you. Make sure you post your biggest takeaway, and if you want a better chance at winning the cash prize Friday, post on your Instagram or Facebook story. You can tag me. And Lynn, you don't have to post on your timeline, right? Your story is only 24 hours. The story is only 24 hours, so it goes away. It should be gone from yesterday, right? So we do that consistently. If you want a better chance, throw it on your story, Facebook or Instagram. All you got to say, Get Fit for Summer Challenge. Tag me. That's literally it. I'm going to mark you down. Make sure you get a much better shot at winning the $115. We were picking 3 winners on Friday, and that's it. That's all I got. Lynn says, post this and tag you. Yes, that is all 4 days of the challenge. All right, that is all 4 days. Brian, is naked smoothies technically processed? Yes, it is. Brian, unfortunately, it is. I'm not a big naked fan. I don't have a lot of their drinks. I would look at the sugar content. How much added sugar is in there? I would also have to look at the ingredients. Brian, if you want to post a picture and put it in the Facebook group after of the ingredients, if you have one available in your like refrigerator or something, I can take a look at it. But I would probably say it is processed. Lynn says high sugar. Lynn says high sugar. Lynn's the judge here, not me. Lynn just called it. I'm not sure. Lynn says high sugar. Brian says, damn it, no added sugar. So if it doesn't have added sugar, then it's fair game. But if it does, I would have to look at it. Send the ingredients, send the nutrition facts, send the nutrition label, and let's work as a team to really solve this. All right. But that's all I got, ladies and gentlemen. I want to say thank you so much for staying the whole time. It means a lot. It really, really does. I do these live masterclasses for you. It's not for my health. I want to make sure you're getting value. I want to make sure I'm changing your life. I want to make sure that you're really implementing and just becoming a better version of yourself, getting healthier. I think that's so important. All right. Post your biggest takeaway in the group. If you want a better chance of winning the $115 on Friday, post in your story, tag me. Could be on Facebook or Instagram. Get Fit for Summer Challenge. All you got to say, and that is it. That is it. All right. I appreciate you so much. Hope you all have the best day of your life. Tomorrow, 7:30 p.m. Eastern, we have how to burn fat without spending hours in a gym this summer. How to burn fat without spending hours in a gym this summer. Tomorrow, 7:30 p.m. Eastern. Guess what? It's going to be a good one, without a doubt. All right. Hope you all got value. Thank you so much for tuning in. It means the world. Much love. Peace, love, protein. We'll talk.